Tansei, hello, bonjour. We acknowledge that the land on which we gather is a traditional meeting ground and home for many Indigenous peoples, including Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, and Nakota Sioux. Land recognition calls us to acknowledge that we are all Treaty 6 people, to remember our responsibility to deepen our understanding of the treaty, to participate in and support the ongoing process of truth, reconciliation, and healing. One of our UU principles is respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. As we learn more and more about Indigenous ways of knowing, we see a model in Indigenous spirituality and culture of walking gently through the wonder of the natural world and our humble place within it. Welcome to Westwood, everyone joining us online by Zoom, and those of you here in person. We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation supporting each other in our own spiritual journeys, drawing on the wisdom of many religions and guided by shared principles. We are a community open to all races, genders, sexual orientations, ages, abilities, and incomes. We are one of many congregations across the country and the world. We extend a special welcome to anyone who is here for the first time or after being away for a while. To receive information about our upcoming services and events, you can sign up through our website and receive the e-newsletter. My name is David Williamson. My pronouns are he, him. I am your service leader this morning, and I'm glad you joined us here today. Many thanks to our tech team this morning, Carl and Hannah in person, and Bill hosting on Zoom. Carrie Day is going to be our musician this morning. And I want to also acknowledge Elaine, our office administrator, is also the person who's been shoveling and sanding the walkway. So in case nobody was aware of that, that's a special thank you. Please join us for coffee, tea, and conversation after the service. Zoom friends, after the service, we invite all of you to stay in the main room, Zoom room, to hang out and chat. Today's service is part of the Meaning Making series. Westwood is part of a group of 16 Canadian Unitarian Universalist congregations who are sharing resources to create an 8-part series on meeting this moment with love and justice. The sermon is by Rev Debra Faulk. Next Sunday, our own Margaret Schubert will be speaking about deepening our personal perspectives as Unitarian Universalists. The gathering will be followed by our regular second Sunday potluck. Please bring a dish and we'll have a potluck. May we be reminded here of our highest aspirations and inspired to bring our gifts of love and service to the altar of humanity. May we know once again that we are not isolated beings, but connected in mystery and miracle to the universe, to this community, and to each other. Please rise in body or in spirit to sing Song 389, Gathered Here. Carrie, would you please play it once for us, and then we will sing it twice together. At this time in our service, we pause to reflect on our week. We recall the milestones, the joys, concerns, and sorrows, the changes in our lives, and those who need our healing thoughts. Community is deepened by sharing with each other what is in our hearts. Friends joining us from home, please raise your hand so that we can acknowledge you and light a candle for you. I'm going to light a last candle for any thoughts or concerns, celebrations and concerns that remain in our heart. If you could please join in the affirmation. May the light of these candles inspire us to use our power, to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to serve the spirit of truth in loving affection and trusting hope. Our offerings of money and volunteer service are the essential elements that sustain our congregation and this place of worship. If you wish to donate online to Westwood, please follow the directions on this slide. To donate here this morning, please use an envelope from the back of the chair in front of you. Provide your name and address for a tax receipt and put it in the blue donation box on the table over there. Let us now join together and sing From You I Receive. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. Please join in singing song number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth. Stand as you're willing and able. Oh, and Carrie's going to do an intro once before we start. of all to thee we raise this our song of grateful praise. For the joy of human care, loving family, parent, child, for the kinship we all share, of the gentle thoughts and mild, source of all to thee we raise this our song of grateful praise. Please make yourself comfortable in your chair, feet on the floor, hands relaxed. You may want to close your eyes or focus on one spot as you listen to this reading. Intention by Rosemary Watola Traumer. To wonder with no plan for where it might lead, no strategy, no strategy for arrival, no finish line, no pot of gold, no perfect score, no striving for. To wonder the way of a small child who might wonder when seeing a roly-poly for the first time. Oh, look at those legs. Look at how it curls. Look how it moves again. Feel how light it is in the palm. Feel how it tickles as it moves. Imagine an awareness that new meeting a life form that old. Can I be that new as I meet this infinite world? To wonder, not just with my mind, but with my belly, to let every neuron spark, to notice where there is a channel and imagine the great wing of life is scraping it clean so the stream might flow in new ways. To wonder beyond the edge of the known, and in that spaciousness, play. Rev Debra Faulk, Minister Emerita, lives in an intentional community on Vancouver Island, on the traditional land of the ʷəŋən, people known today as the Esquimalt and the Songhees Nations. She lives within walking distance of 2 of her grandchildren and a ferry ride from the other 3. She contributes as a volunteer serving on the CUC Board and as a coach for other UU ministers. Deborah continues to do consulting work and guest preaching. Other delights include the garden, cooking, and wondering.
Why? Most of us can recall or know a young person whose favorite word is why. I must confess that that little one still lives in me. I want to learn something new every day. There's not a single day that I can recall when that why question was not with me. This is both engaged curiosity and a way to open the conversation about the big questions in life, which is, from my perspective, a significant aspect of the purpose of a religious or spiritual community. Unitarian Universalists have never required a single answer to life's biggest questions. We love mystery. We honor science. We respect doubt. We embrace metaphor. And we leave room for the miraculous, even if we may not all agree on what that word means. Our faith tradition does not have the absolute answers to big questions. We do offer responses, ideas about big questions that help us understand life and its meaning. Your responses help us to think about the mysteries of life and death, the mysteries of everything. Mystery is what makes life life. There will always be big questions and there will always be mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Poet Mary Oliver titles one of her poems, Mysteries, Yes. It goes like this. Truly we live with mysteries too marvelous to be understood. How grass can be nourishing in the mouths of the lambs, how rivers and stones are forever in allegiance with gravity, while we ourselves dream of rising. How two hands touch and the bonds will never be broken. How people come from delight or the scars of damage to the comfort of a poem. Let me keep my distance always from those who think they have the answers. Let me keep company always with those who say, look, and laugh in astonishment and bow their heads. There is and always will be that questioning, the whys that are daily with us. Those of us who find ourselves in communities of seekers and searchers recognize and for the most part accept that there is that which is unknowable, though we will also diligently attempt to know. In the 4 M's of Religion, Reverend Joyce Smith says it this way, our scientists are not solving mysteries, they are making discoveries, nor is mystery the same as magic. Mystery is an awareness. It is the wonder at the simple holiness of life itself. Mystery leads us to stand in awe of the fact that we do exist, that the world in all its beauty is. I like that. Mystery is an awareness, the wonder at the simple holiness of life. We so need to be called back to this sense of simple holiness of life, back to the wonder of it all. Sometimes wonder is gentle ache in the heart, a sense that the world is bigger, more intricate, more sacred than our minds can hold. I've had a few moments in my life when I have been taken by or fallen into the mystery, into the wonder of it all. In those moments, there is a sense of profound connection with all that is. The mere mention of this brings one of those vividly to mind and calms my soul and provides even a momentary sense of connection. Perhaps you have had such experience. Maybe one comes to mind. I know I'm not alone in these experiences, for many have shared theirs with me. Books are written about such moments. Our first source of inspiration articulates this as the direct experience of that transcending mystery and wonder, affirmed in all cultures, which moves us to a renewal of the spirit and an openness to the forces that create and uphold life. In her play, The Search for Intelligent Life in the Universe, I love how Lily Tomlin, as Trudy the Bag Lady puts it. She says, on the way to the play, we stopped to look at the stars, and as usual, I felt in awe. And then I felt even deeper in awe at this capacity we have to be in awe about something. Then I became even more awestruck at the thought that I was, in some small way, a part of that which I was in awe about. And this feeling went on and on. My space chums got a word for it, awe infinitum. Because at the moment you are most in awe of all you don't understand, you are closer to understanding it all than at any other time. And I felt so good inside. My heart felt so full. I decided to set time aside each day to do aerobics. Let this be an invitation to add this to your daily well-being routine. Exercise the body with physical activity. Exercise the mind with reading, researching, learning something new. Exercise the emotions by engaging and deepening relationships. Exercise the soul with aerobics. Aerobics, now that would be a way to maintain a childlike sense of wonder. And when do we start to experience wonder? Is it in the infant noticing their toes, or the wow at the first sight of a snowflake, or looking in a tidal pool? Wondering, that ongoing source of curiosity that fuels our development as human beings and has fueled most, if not all, discovery. Somewhere along the way, many of us lose the sense of wonder we had as children. They do not ask questions to prove anything. They ask because the world is an invitation. And adulthood can shrink that invitation. Responsibilities pile up. We get better at predicting and explaining and categorizing. We learn to manage life instead of marveling at it. And sometimes wonder feels almost dangerous. Because if we allow ourselves to feel awe, we might also have to feel grief, vulnerability, humility, gratitude. Wonder opens us, and being open can feel risky. There is, though, a cost to a life without wonder. Without wonder, life becomes flat. We lose touch with what makes our days sacred. In these current times, there's another aspect of wonder that has been very present for me: bewilderment. As I try to take this sense of wonder into my ponderings about the challenges, both personal and in the wide world, I feel bewildered at so many things that have me questioning, how on earth did we get here? How did it come to this? Wonder can be curiosity, or confusion, or longing. Even the most advanced neuroscientists cannot fully explain consciousness or our capacity to wonder. The odds of our existence, your existence, my existence, are astronomically improbable. Is it a wonder? Always. Because no matter how much we know about evolution and physics, chemistry, ecosystems, life retains its ability to astonish us. In the language of science, wonder is not anti-rational. Wonder is the beginning of inquiry. In the language of the spirit, wonder is not naive. Wonder is the doorway to reverence. In the language of poetry, wonder is not childish. Wonder is what allows us to live fully, deeply, and joyfully. Yet wonder is not merely a feeling that happens to us. It can be a practice, a discipline, even a spiritual path. Think of how many religious traditions cultivate wonder. Jewish mysticism teaches that the whole world is filled with divine sparks waiting to be seen. Buddhism speaks of beginner mind, of approaching each moment freshly. Christianity marvels at incarnation, the holy made flesh. Pagan traditions honor the seasons, the moon, and the cycles of nature. And Unitarian Universalism, we have put wonder right at the center of our theology as our primary source of inspiration. I would suggest that it is also the bridge between our first principle, the affirmation of the inherent worth and dignity of every person, and our seventh principle, the valuing of the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. Wonder is the bridge between these two principles, the more we wonder at the inherent worth of life, the more reverently we treat it. In this way, wonder becomes a moral stance, a way of living ethically in a world that desperately needs our care. Wonder does not require certainty. In fact, wonder and doubt often walk hand in hand. Philosopher Socrates said, "Wonder is the beginning of wisdom." Notice he did not say certainty. Wisdom begins when we admit that we do not know everything, when we resist temptation to be right all the time. Doubt, healthy, curious doubt, is the partner of wonder. Where wonder asks what is possible here, doubt asks, what might I be missing? Both are necessary. Both keep us humble and open. And humility is a kind of spiritual spaciousness, space enough for new learning, new understanding, new connection, even new transformation. We live in a culture of overwhelm, of news cycles, productivity pressures, and unrelenting speed. Wonder is a kind of antidote. Think of the last time you felt wonder. Maybe while watching a sunset or holding a newborn or hearing a piece of music that reached something deep in you. In those moments, time stretches. The racing mind slows, the heart opens. Even a few seconds of wonder can feel like a breath of fresh air. Wonder nudges our creativity. It sparks invention and artwork and poetry. It helps us imagine impossibilities we have not yet tried. Every new idea begins with wonder. What if is a wondering question. Psychologists tell us that people who cultivate awe, who notice wonder regularly, tend to act more compassionately, volunteer more, and feel more connected to others. Wonder makes us aware that we are part of something larger than ourselves. And that awareness often leads to action. Action for justice, for the environment, for the vulnerable, for peace. Wonder motivates us because wonder awakens love. And how might we practice wonder intentionally? A few thoughts. Slow looking. Choose one ordinary thing each day, a leaf, a cup of coffee, and look at it more slowly than usual. Notice its textures and colors, sounds, or even its history. Slow looking turns the ordinary into extraordinary. Ask questions without needing answers. What is this trying to teach me? How did it become? What else might be true? Questions open the mind like windows. Step outside. Nature is the master teacher of wonder. Touch bark, watch clouds, listen to birds, feel wind. Let yourself be small in the best possible way. Note daily wonder. Each evening, reflect or write down one moment, just one, that surprised you, moved you, or made you pause. Over time, this trains the brain to notice beauty and cultivate wonder with others. Share moments of wonder aloud with family, friends, and within your communities. When wonder is spoken, it grows. Here's something we rarely acknowledge. Each and every person listening today is a phenomenon, an unrepeatable event in the universe. You are the result of stardust, oceans, continents, ancestors' choices, accidents, dreams, struggles, heartbreaks, joys, and countless acts of love or care that allowed you to survive to this very moment. If that's not a wonder, what is? So how might our lives change if we intentionally live with more wonder? We might slow down, become more patient with ourselves and with each other. We might be less cynical, become more curious. We might listen more deeply, give thanks more often. We might act more courageously, love more freely. Wonder does not solve every problem. It can change the way we meet the world. It opens our eyes, softens our hearts, strengthens our spirits, and reminds us of what truly matters. Life is not perfect. Life is not always fair. Life can be harsh, heartbreaking, confusing. And yet, even in the hardest times, wonder is possible. And wonder is not something we outgrow. It's something we grow into. Let us cultivate wonder like a garden, with patience, with curiosity, with reverence. Let us practice wonder as a form of spiritual resilience, a way to stay awake to beauty, the fragility, the astonishment of being alive. I close this reflection with the invitation to aerobics, to cultivating wonderful lives, and with these words from Ojibwe writer and poet Richard Wagamese. He said, I have been referred to as odd, ODD, before. Nowadays, I prefer to refer to myself as awed, AWED. I want awe to be the greatest ongoing relationship in my life. I want to move through my days floored by the magnificence and generosity of my Creator. The breaking of a day, the silence between words, the light emanating from a real conversation, and kindness, truth, love, and the apparently random acts of grace. I want to remain gobsmacked by all of it, rendered speechless by wonder. I await the next unfolding. Peace, friends. Be awed today. And may it be so.
That was awesome. We're going to sing Where Do We Come From? Song number 1003. Please stand as you're willing and able. A planet is born, a spark ignites, something completely new into being. We give thanks for the miracle and the mystery of life. A waterfall descends, a rainbow arcs through the sky. The oceans open to an endless horizon. We give thanks to the mystery and the miracle of beauty. The stars pierce our hearts. Peace envelops us. We are blessed. We give thanks for the mystery and the miracle of wonder. In the midst of pain, we find our way to hope and restoration. We give thanks for the mystery and the miracle of healing. In the midst of fear, we do what is right and speak our truth in faith. We give thanks for the mystery and the miracle of courage. In our aloneness, we see someone in greater need and offer ourselves to them. We give thanks for the mystery and miracle of compassion. We gather in community, in relationship, and cherish each other. We give thanks for the mystery and the miracle of love.